What is up, guys? Ivan here with GetIvan.com, and I'd like to welcome you to the third video in my series on static website hosting, research, discovery, everything involved in that topic. This video is on researching agency static website CMS platforms. So in my last video, I discovered the existence of static website CMS platforms. And in this video, I did a whole bunch of additional research. In the last video, I was on GitHub and I did some really basic level searches on the word static. And then I just opened up a bunch of tabs and looked at each one of those options. In this video, I did a Google search on static CMS, static website CMS, that kind of thing. And I opened a bunch of tabs, and so this time we'll be looking at even more results specifically related to static CMS platforms. So instead, for those who don't know, CMS stands for Content Management System. So the goal is trying to find a platform that allows us to post static files and for blog posts and static pages, but I'd like to be able to find something where I can manage what's going on, something that connects to a server, or not necessarily a server, quote unquote, but like a static hosting environment, like a storage bucket on GCP, for example, or Dropbox or GitHub Pages or whatever, and to be able to manage those files from one interface and to manage site assets from one interface. That's the goal here. And we discovered in the last video, in the previous video, that there are at least a few services out there that do stuff like that. And I've also discovered a lot more than just a few. So let's dive into them right now. So first off, we've got Postlight. And they've got something called Liftoff, which is an Airtable CMS, which is really surprising because I have a buddy, the buddy who turned me on to all of this. He's a really big fan of Airtable, and so I'm looking forward to sharing this with him and seeing what he thinks, because this seems like a really cool thing. I'm not sure what the deal is with Get Code here. I guess it's free. It's just not well known yet. That's really interesting. For those who don't know, Airtable is like a super spreadsheet type of program. So if you're familiar with Google Sheets or Excel, Airtable kind of does stuff like that, except it's a lot more. I hesitate to say that it's a lot more powerful than Excel, because I'm not quite sure if that's the case, but the organizational aspects of Airtable are very robust, and so it's a really cool program for agency type management. I went ahead and bookmarked that. I'm gonna leave that open though. I'm gonna come back to that. So your Sculpin static site generator. So that's a generator keyword there. Written in PHP, converts markdown files, twig templates, and standard HTML into static HTML site that can easily be deployed. So in the past, when I've looked at static site generator keywords, I didn't really get necessarily the impression that they were content management systems. I mean, maybe most of them that I was seeing on GitHub were just in SSH, and you run some sort of command like this, and then I guess you can deploy some file into some environment. But I didn't get the impression that it was explicitly a content management system. So that's kind of the strange thing about some of these things that I've been seeing, because they kind of sound like what you're looking for, but on one hand, but then on the other hand, you just don't see the interface. Okay, so let's close this. and move on. Build modern Jamstack websites in minutes. Works with GitHub, Jekyll, Contentful, cool. Forestry, Netfly, Hugo, Gatsby, and more. Combine any theme, site generator, and CMS without complicated integrations. Wow. Announcing the StackBit Control Center for managing modern websites. Okay. This is a fancy website. We learned about Jamstack, I think, in the first video. I know that's Java. I don't remember what these two stand for. There's no database here. Let's look. Jamstack. It's in my bookmark, but I kind of just wanted to do a search. JavaScript, APIs, and markup. Oh, okay. It's an interesting articulation there. I do like that, though. JavaScript, APIs, markup. I like the sound of that. Hundreds of quality themes. Excuse me. Use your favorite static site generator. We support all the popular static site generators. Use a theme you like with a site generator you know. Okay. We talked about that in the last video. It seems like there is a sequence of you got to have a site generator, you got to have a site, you've got to have static hosting environment, and then you've got to have, content management system or some way of easily generating that HTML. Select your favorite CMS of choice. Headless CMS are extremely handy for you and your client, and our themes work with all of them. Oh, Headless CMS. We got to use that keyword. Got to remember that. Pick your Git hosting and click to deploy. And what else we got here? That's about it. Headless CMS. I've seen that phrase before, but I've not made the connection in terms of significance. Let's look at this control center. Control Center for Jamstack sites automatically detect and monitor netfly builds directly from your site. Oh, look at that. So the information and tools you need right from your own website. Oh, that's cool. It's really cool. Automatic rebuild detection. Live build log access, easy integration. There's prices. I don't know if there's prices. I'll go ahead and bookmark this also. Seems neat. Moving forward, Statamic or Stamatic. I think that's supposed to be Stamatic. This was an ad. Let's see if we can get to the home page. Build better, easier to manage websites. Enjoy radical efficiency. Everything you never knew you always wanted in a CMS. Why didn't they use static in the H1? That's just nonsense. Website faster after live. Build faster, much faster. Okay, version control. Build your own bring your own markup. More with less. Okay, this is a content management system. I don't know why don't they just start with that? Explore the marketplace. Okay, let's look at the prices. If you build lots of sites, this is for you. Includes a bundle of 5 licenses, and for 1 full year, get a discount on additional licenses. Run Static on one live domain with direct support and unlimited updates. Enables you to run Static on one production site. Includes 3 months of developer support. I'm going to build another site. So this is. I want to bookmark this because it's interesting, but it's not at all what we're looking for because it's just one site. So that's like here you're going to do I guess it's a CMS for a static website that it's just like a really big, more sophisticated type of thing. I don't really want to do that though. I think they're gonna have a hard time competing in this environment. But anyways, let's see what we've got here. Building a static CMS from Carrot. Let's see what this route is. Carrot Creative and Virtue have united to create a new force in the universe. Visit Virtue. VirtueWorldwide.com. Agency born from Vice. I cannot. The website's crappy. All right. We figured that there were 2 large pieces that we could outsource third-party tools. API-based CMS, a SaaS CMS that would allow us to flexibly define data structures. Okay. Contentful and Netfly. Oh my gosh. That worked well with our current tool set to achieve the Holy Grail, a static CMS. CMS lets us define structured data models. Okay. Netfly. Got editor over here, developer over here, deployment here. Let's look at Contentful. So this is kind of more of a just a generic framework for any kind of content management is what it looks like. Store and edit content in one hub. Okay. It's going to be expensive. Let's see how much this costs. Headless CMS providers. That's how they're branding. That's how they're one role, 2 locales, 24 content types, 5,000 records. That is not what I'm looking for. RESTful APIs. Nah, I've been on this site before. Okay, I must have clicked on an ad for this one. Progress. It's quite a domain name. Apps data content. Web content management. Let's try this. Sitefinity. I think that's what I was trying to get to. Okay, I don't do demos. I don't do fill out forms. If they can't put the price on the page, it's a waste of time. All right, skipping that. Static Site CMS. Nothing there. This is like a backlink that the Gatsby team must have done for themselves. Some ugly business right there. SiteLeaf, built for developers, loved by everyone. SiteLeaf is a content management system designed for a better web. Available with existing tools, code offline, Jekyll sync with GitHub. Edit in the cloud, yes. free your content accessed by API, generate static sites to places, content management for the whole team, develop with tools you already love. SAS, Jekyll, CoffeeScript. I constantly see Jekyll. I've been seeing SAS also. I looked at that the other day. GitHub integration for your content. Okay. Let's look at the plans. $7 a month per site. Why would I do that? I mean, that's cool. I guess I'll bookmark it, but there's no way I would use that. It's not scalable. Okay, what is this? Staticjen, a list of static site generators for Jamstack sites. That's interesting. Gitbook. Kind of wish I would bookmark this. This is a sweet page. Docusource. Nice. This is a lot of stuff that we found in the last video. It's most of it actually. I don't know if I went this far though. I did find that one. Did not see any of this stuff. Yeah, I did not go this far. This is cool though. This is a nice. Staticjen is hosted and maintained by NetFly. Perfect way to develop your Jamstack sites and apps. That's cool. I'm gonna bookmark that. Yep. Probably need to put that at the top. These aren't CMS, but I put this over here. Yeah. Okay. Let's move over. Static CMS that commits. Give your editors the power of Git. Create and edit markdown-based content with ease. Import your site. Select a starter template. Let's just look at the price before we waste our time looking at the features. 5 users, then $9 per additional user. 5 sites. Unlimited sites for just a small fortune every month. No thanks. Vapid. People who build websites for other people. Vapid is an intentionally simple content management system built on the idea that you can create a custom dashboard without ever leaving the HTML. Custom dashboard? Oh, I like the sound of that. That already hosting, automatic SSL, CDN hosted assets cached by default. Oh, this is starting to sound really good. Constrained by design. They've got content forms. Or contact forms. 1 website, 5 websites, 20 websites. $200 a month for unlimited websites. Okay. Self-host Vapid. I don't want to do that, but this is cool though. I mean, I'll bookmark this. This is interesting. Headless CMS. Oh, looks like another Looks like another Netlify list. So this is exactly what we need to look at here. Let's put this under static website CMS, and then let's move this to the very top. Strappy. I'm gonna just open all of these, honestly. Tina, Go. I've seen Ghost before. See, keep in mind, I haven't done any research on this phrase, Headless CMS. Content management systems for Jamstack sites, JavaScript API, Markdown, yeah, Jamstack. Netlify, I got that one. Keystone 5. I actually, I stumbled onto this for something unrelated, some other thing. There's Publi. Keep saying Publi. Jekyll admin. Oh, that's cool. Cockpit. Hanzu, Squidax. Hexo. I think I've looked at Hexo before. Genetics Mesh, Japton, Rooftop. Google Drive CMS. All right. I like the sound of that. Unite CMS, Superdesk, Pros, Dot CMS, Tritan, Hash Brown, Contenta. Man, it's a whole new world. There's like a whole world out there just waiting. Some of these are not really well liked, so I'm not gonna open some of this stuff. Open source, closed source. Wow. Let's look at Sanity. There's a lot of likes there. There's Contentful. You need to look at these tweets. Cloud Cannon. The simplicity of access is different. Apernetic. Scrivito. Flamelink. Okay. Got that one open. Cosmic. Okay. Graph CMS. Forestry. I think I looked at Forestry already. Kentico Content. It's a terrible name, but oh well. Prismic. Type Siteleaf. We just looked at that earlier. Looked nice, just overpriced. Way overpriced. Take Shape. Oh, these are API driven. Storyblock. All right. Thank you, Netfly, for providing us with a convenient list. All right. So let's look at all these. You couldn't just give me a link. Send me straight to that link. Oh, they had dedicated pages. I guess that's better for SEO. Manage your content distributed anywhere. The open source headless CMS front-end developers love. Okay, let's look. Guess no prices. Looks all right here. Self-hosted. I'll go ahead and bookmark that. Moving on. Tina CMS, Gatsby, and Next. The platforms, real-time editing into your site. I don't want to do it side by side. I want it to be managed from a single dashboard, like all of my sites. Make your site editable in 5 minutes. Install and configure Tina plugins. Editable. It may not be strictly static. That's part of the problem. I don't know if that page I bookmarked actually said static headless CMS. Yeah, let's close this. It's Node.js. Ghost is Node.js. Let's not waste our time. There's no description either. That is really dumb. Yeah, forget that. Well, it says Jamstack. Not necessarily static explicitly. I've already looked at this before. I watched this video last week or something, or a couple weeks ago, and it's really impressive how quick it is. Scalable platform in CMS to build Node.js applications. It's definitely cool, but it's not applicable to static sites. Directus instant API wrapper for SQL databases. Say friendly is about database client. No, I don't need that. Sure. Ruby-based HTTP, HTTPI, or API. JavaScript frontend built on that API. Let's take a look at it. I'm going to go ahead and bookmark this. Just come back and look at that later. Cockpit. Content management UI for static site builders. Yes. Build unique applications and let Cockpit feed them with content. Any structured content. Self-hosted, headless, and API-driven CMS. Very cool. This is a lot more along the lines of the kind of thing that we're looking for here. I don't see a price. Not a website builder, is a content provider. Consume the content the way you want. Sweet. I'm going to leave that one open. That's interesting. Ponzu. Ponzu is a powerful and efficient open source HTTP framework and CMS. Provides automatic, free, and secure. Generate content editors. Okay. Let's take a look. WrittenInTheGo. Mobile apps connected to JSON, HTTP APIs. Better tools to support the development of content servers and management systems are necessary. Fills the void where you want to reach for WordPress to get a great CMS or Rails for rapid development, but need a fast JSON response in a high concurrency environment. I don't know. Sounds like it might be relevant. I'll go ahead and bookmark it. It doesn't. It's not clear, so that's probably not something I'll waste time on. Goal is to provide the best headless solution for developers and content authors. API interface, yada yada. Okay. Focus on your core business. Squidaxon enables you to manage content in a central place and use your tech stack for apps, websites, and services. Let's look at the pricing. Free. 50,000 API calls per month. A little bit of storage. What is this? This reminds me of Parabola when I see this right here. SQ API, portal database, apps, servers. Oh, that is really neat looking. Well, I gotta leave this tab open. Find which and when content will be published and is accessible from the API. Oh. Define structure. Schemas, content. Oof. This is really cool. Gotta bookmark this one. And where's my tab? Here it is. Need to move this up. I don't remember if any of these other ones were important enough to move. Probably not. Need to look through them again, probably. I should have been moving them. Let's leave that one. Or what is this? Get cockpit. Okay. Let's move this one up. Hexo blog engine based off Ghost. Okay. I looked at this a while back. Edit your content and style. Screenshots. No. Gentex Mesh. Gentex is open source API for CMS, complete with multi-language support, versioning and roles. Let's just look at it. Open source headless CMS, complete with, it's basically the same thing. Excuse me. Okay. Published. It's definitely applicable. I'll bookmark that. Dapton follows JSON for APIs and comes with a ready-to-use dashboard, REST-based complete backend for your next application. Okay. Developer-oriented CMS. Have you exposed JSON data APIs for yet the 100th time yet? Base REST APIs for all of your data in minutes. Cloud storage. It looks interesting. I want something more developed. API only implementation of the WordPress CMS. Write your own content from the comfort of the familiar WordPress content management tools. Use it anywhere you like. Okay. Let's look at the features and pricing. It's just not well developed. I'm not interested. That's cool though. Google Drive CMS. Combination of Google Sheets and Google Docs to maintain content on a website. Oh my gosh. These documents are sent to a site for or a supporting service like a Firebase database via a post request to an API of the admin specifies. Only requirements to run the Google Drive CMS are a duplicate copy of the Google Drive CMS template, API endpoint to handle the data sent from the spreadsheet. Okay. This is cool. We'll see. Content management system built on an interface everyone understands. Copy the template to your Google Drive. Create headers for your content. Add an API to the settings. Oh man, that is so cool. That is so cool. I've got to have this one handy and put this straight to the top. This one has to be like right here. Gotta test that out for sure. untie or unite. All your digital products data in one backend. Headless architecture. Blah 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 blah. Oh, don't play. Display your content on any device. Every project being built on Symfony 4 makes Unite CMS robust and easily extensible. Start, use cases, learn. Okay. Manage all your data in one place. Okay. Build content structures that fit your needs. Agile with rapid prototyping. You know what you want, code. No, I don't want code. I just want this right here. Open source. Well, I guess I better bookmark that. I guess you'd have to use the open source version. It's not quite what I'm looking for, but I will. Superdesk. There you go. Geez. Okay. So you have the price, products, services, digital newsroom, create, produce, archive, curate content with ease, schedule a demo. Would you like for us to sell to you? Okay, content editor for GitHub, designed for managing websites. Okay. Edit, delete files, save your changes directly to GitHub, host your website on GitHub Pages for free. Okay, it sounds promising. Did I not go to the website? Oh, it just redirects you here. I'm just going to bookmark this, and maybe that's just a secondary. I'm trying to keep the really interesting stuff highlighted. I may have skipped a couple in the beginning. I might have to go back, but I'm trying to keep the ones that are really interesting to the forefront here. .cms. Okay. Hybrid CMS approach goes beyond the traditional headless CMS to give you API access not only to content, but templates, modules, pages, and workflows. Okay. That's interesting. Let's open it up. Content is the fuel for your brand experience. We deliver the most flexible API-first infrastructure with the highest level of no code, so you can build, manage, and deliver trusted, continuous, and connected customer experiences. Well, that sounds good, but why are you trying to get me to do a demo? I don't want to do a demo. I just want you to tell me how much it costs. Here we go. Thank you. Bummer. Tritan CMS. Use install manage extend. Derive Triton's code base derived from WordPress. Okay. Sounds like I don't really want to do this one. Okay. I'm looking for static. A lot of these don't use that word, static, so. Multisite. No, I better just probably making a little bit, probably making a few bookmarks that I really don't need to be making, but it's okay. It's interesting stuff. I can always come back and review everything. Hash brown rocks. Free and open source headless CMS. It's naked though. Contenta. Drupal 8. Okay. The face of the company. No. Quasias or Coisus. It's kind of crummy. Prose Maribase, Editorial YAML, Front Matter. Okay. Load. Too late. Abe CMS. That your HTML pure. Nothing is added to your template. Sitemap plugin helps you inform. Yada yada. Configure your deployment. Okay. Let's see. LightningFast CMS turns any static website into a powerful CMS in seconds. Now that is a lot more akin to, oh, look at that, there's search, to what we're looking for. They got plugins. Yes, this is more along the lines of what we're looking for. It might be that the Jamstack is a little bit too broad by comparison. Let me move this stuff up. I don't remember. Let me look at StackBit again. Oh yeah, that was a good one. Okay. This one needs to stay up here at the top. It gets muddy after this. Should probably move this one up here. Maybe, I don't know. We'll rearrange those later. LightningFast CMS, so I'll put that one up there. Canner.io, supported site generators. Let's just go there. Taking forever though. Let's move on, see if that loads. Sanity.io. Build with structured content. Sanity is the fastest, most flexible platform for delivering content to digital devices and products. Everybody's the fastest. Everybody is the best in the land. No unique structuring. Like, impossible to find people using keywords in their H1. You know, like they'll use like one keyword. Just that one is just content delivery, basically. Distribute a single source of truth to any channel, device, or product. So what's a single source of truth? Treat content as data. Here's a platform here. Extensible UI. Pricing. 3 users. Generous quota included. 500,000 API CDN requests per month. That actually does sound like a lot. That seems like a lot. I don't know if I want to waste my time though. Open source editing environment. Sanity Studio. I mean, I guess it's kind of applicable. I just I'm not really a fan of the pricing. Agility CMS, cloud-based SaaS, API-driven, free. Let's look at this. See if this one didn't load. Oh well. Built by developers for developers. Become a better developer today. Well, that's why I came here, to become a better developer. Sorry, come on, guys. Let's focus on the goal keyword here. Headless platform that empowers you to develop solutions you never thought possible. Be the developer who launches websites and digital solutions that continually raise the bar. Are you ready to build on the fastest CMS? Let's see how quickly you can get to it. That's quite a sales pitch. A bunch of talky talk. Look at the pricing. It's terrible. There's like no information on this website. 5,000 content items. Wow, that is harsh. No. Contentful. Already, everyone really is really excited about that. This one had 33,000. Gotta look at this again. 33,000 stars on GitHub. I get the versatility. Looks like JSON there. Single purpose sites, 24 content types, 5,000 records. No thanks. Scrivito. Enterprise SaaS CMS, action content management for marketers, developers, and you. 100% cloud-based headless CMS, no maintenance, extendable, flexible, powered by stuff, which is what you get. Trial. Your design choices are kind of strange. Let's see, pricing. Quote. Apply now for a quote. Oh, wow. Individual plans start at $6 a month. Check the pricing for individuals page or more details about plans. Okay. Why so enterprisey, though? Pricing for individuals. 200 objects maximum, 1 editor login, 300 objects, 500 objects. Well, that doesn't really tell us. Oh, here you go. What is an object? Netlify hosting. Only cares about the number of objects. Do I need a credit card to sign up? Okay. This does sound like it's static. Every unique piece of content, with the exception of widgets, is a CMS content object. For example, a page, an image, a video, a PDF document. Anything that is accessible via a URL is an object. So if you have 100 web pages with an image on each page, you'll have 200 objects. Wow, so basically what you're telling me is your plans are garbage. You can't do anything with that. That's dumb. Sorry. See ya. Sorry. Okay, node write. Man, this is a hardy topic. All right, so let's look at the price, or let's see what this does. In private alpha, create an account. Will notify you if there's room. Will notify you if you're worthy. No, I don't want to do the server. Static.net. Easy publishing with Jekyll. Log in to edit your website. That's static or static.net. I'm gonna go ahead and book this and move it up. Prioritize this to right below Abe. And then let's go back to that page and see if we can look at this description. CMS for Jekyll built on top of GitHub and GitHub Pages for your clients to edit the content of Jekyll websites. Okay, so you got to build with Jekyll, and then your clients can use this thing to edit. Free hosting included, best quality based on GitHub Pages. Jekyll template. Well, that's interesting. Butter CMS. Add a CMS to your website in under 10 minutes. API for CMS for rapidly building CMS-powered websites in any programming language. Well, I don't really want a CMS that's just 1-to-1 ratio. I want something to manage all of the sites. Cloud Cannon. Static websites, every team and clients update inline. Inline? Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Everything you need to build, host, and update Jekyll websites. Oh. So the pricing. Build, host, and manage, single user, GitHub and Bitbucket, two-way syncing, hosting with splash page. Then if you pay, unlimited production sites, two-way syncing, CDN, automatic asset compression, white label branding, branching and collaboration, workflows. Okay. One user. Let's see what's not included. Site passwords, client sharing, rule base. Okay, and this one is site passwords. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I think that's worth bookmarking. Don't know how it compares. Let's move this here. And let's leave that one open. No, there's better options. Cosmic JS. This headless one didn't really give us static options, just general headless CMS types of things, which is interesting. I didn't know about it until we started looking into this. So single bucket, 5 team members. Nah, we don't need nobody got time for that. Flamelink, that kind of looks like Firebase. Headless CMS for Firebase, yes. That's free. Languages, environments, or webhooks. Languages, environments. Well, what's this? Can't speak code. Very, 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 very interesting. I've got to definitely look at this. Where is my bookmark page? This one should go really high. Okay. For those who don't know, Firebase is this sort of scalable app management type of thing that hooks up into Google Cloud Platform, and it makes scaling as like a software as a service or a microservice really supposedly makes it sort of managed, like it automatically scales as your app grows. And so having something to lay over the top of that to make it even easier to manage whatever can be built there. That's really interesting. I haven't really done searches for Firebase CMS or apps or anything like that. EditLayer. Content editor for your projects. See, these people know how to do an H1. Bravo, H1. Okay. Okay. So he's not really developing it very much. It's a cool idea. Self-hosted demo. Let's look at the features. Several editors define any kind of data schema. Unlimited projects. Content is JSON. Liking JSON more and more. Kind of want to bookmark this. Well, it's not supported. Maybe I should just move along. Build faster websites. Grav is a modern open source Flatfile CMS, whatever that is. I think I've been here before. Grav sounds kind of seems familiar. Admin plugin provides a simple, intuitive interface to make configuration and content creation easy and enjoyable. Do like me some dashboards. One-click install, stellar performance, content creation. This is cool, but this is not. This is not the agency level type of thing that I'm looking for. Moving on. Sidekick. So we just finished all the recommendations by Netfly for Headless Jamstack CMS. So now we're back to the ones that I found earlier. So let's see what we can stumble on. I think these are going to be a lot more. See, I did searches on static sites, so I think this is going to be a lot more. You know what? Give me a moment here. I am going to make another folder for Headless Jamstack CMS. Actually, I better do Jamstack. And let's just put all this junk in there. Well, that was really expensive. Let's do this. Headless, yeah, that's Headless. Okay. Jekyll admin. This one, this one, this one, this one. Oop. This one. And then we'll put this one over here. Yes. And let's open Static again, if I recall. Oh, yeah. That's just crappy. So let's open this again. Let's just delete this one. All right, so the rest of these are more, well, what is this? That's for Jekyll. No, let's just move on. So should be right here, Sidekick. Drag and drop your HTML or PHP. No template engine required. Static CMS that works with plain HTML and PHP pages. No need to learn new templating syntax. Just add SC content, CSS class to divs. No database. Much faster than a WordPress site. Yeah, okay. Very cool. Definitely got to check that out. see what it looks like. Where do I want to put this? Put this here. There it is. Okay, so that's inline on the page. I guess so. I really kind of want to do it from a big dashboard. I've said that 1,000 times, but constant requests from your team or client to fix the site. These people switch to using Pulse for their client and in-house site management. Overview of Pulse. Made in Japan. Pricing. Static sites. One domain install. Oh, okay. Unlimited domains. Created unlimited editors. So that's like $30 a month or something. Install on client servers. I guess that's not so bad. I don't really. It's similar to some other things. It's definitely a bookmark. Not quite what I'm looking for. The new dynamic, build better, faster websites. Database, interaction, content management. Okay. Wow, this is just like a knowledge base. I don't want to go through all this stuff though. That was the newdynamic.org. Simple CMS, this is Couch CMS. Simple CMS for web designers, retrofits any existing static site. No knowledge of PHP required. Looks old. Let's see what the copyright is out of date. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to bookmark anything that's old. Introducing Pico 2, stupidly simple, blazing fast, Flatfile CMS. Making Flatfile must be another phrase for static. Making the web easy. Download now. Upgrade your Pico installation. Pico. Seems kind of old. Twig templates. Twig templating engine. I'll do something I can just change right there in an editor. Static site generator fit for building anything from a small personal blog to a large corporate website. nanoc.ws. Ugly Betty. Nope. Dado CMS. Headless CMS done right. Now, this is an interesting one because when I was looking at HardyPress like a couple of weeks ago, I clicked on one of their partner sites. It was like Lean Panda, or here it is, Lean Panda product. And Lean Panda led me to Dado CMS. So I think they're related somehow. I remember this being expensive. Yeah, they've got like this. A model represents blueprints upon which users will store the website content. A site can define different models for articles, products, and so on. Yeah, so I mean, maybe models means like a template. And if that's the case, then that's not really that bad, I suppose. but it's just kind of ambiguous to me, and so I kind of just want to skip this one, honestly. Joe CMS, simple CMS for static websites. Well, thank you for putting a keyword there and making it clear. Joe CMS, easy to make existing websites editable, no coding knowledge required. Runs without a database. Simply saves your changes directly in your site. Simple way to make your static website editable. CMS for editing. Inline CMS, CMS without a database. Docs, requirements. I don't really want to mess with all that, frankly. Yeah. All right. CMS for everyone, for freelancers. Bolt-on CMS. People just inventing their own keywords. Surreal CMS. Unlimited sites for $12 a month. I like the sound of that. White label features over here. Commercial use. Site doesn't seem very nice or well supported. I don't think that's quite what I'm looking for. Let's move on. Oh, that's when I looked up Jamstack. There's StackBit. Any themed site generator in CMS without complicated integrations. Oh, it's got like a thing where you can select. That's fancy. That's real fancy. There's no price? How can that be? Such fanciness for free. Let's look again at, so that was the end of the list. Let's maybe do another search and I'll kind of wind this up. I know this was a mega long video. Let's think, what was the search here? Headless static CMS. I think there's going to be a conflict between those two words because headless doesn't mean, I don't think it means static. I don't think they require one another. Deep coupled CMS. Let's look at this. GridSim. No, let's review. CMS. Jamstack. Oh, let's take a look at that. I've looked at a lot of the. Oh, there's a PDF file. Excuse me. There's a PDF file. You know you've reached the end. Pantheon, decoupled CMS. This might just be a blog post. There's a lot of talk of Gatsby, but when I looked at it, it didn't seem super phenomenal. WebOps. Pantheon. Superior hosting and workflow tools. Okay. Hosting. Okay. Move on. Take shape. We make distributed content simple. Well, thank you for just telling me exactly what you do right there in the H1. So adaptable collaborative services to power Jamstack projects of any size, shape, or complexity. Let's look at the prices, and then I'll look at the features. 1 static site, 5 static sites, $100 a month. So that it's the same. It is definitely the same topic. It's just the prices are not reasonable for someone who's looking to manage. So I'm going to close that. Let's take a look at our list here. See if we can wrap our heads around this. So here's the headless Jamstack file with some things that I bookmarked in there. And then static website CMS. This one was a little bit more difficult. Obviously, some of these need to go into this folder. Let me see if I can do this. And then lector. So let's grab all these, and these need to go up here because those are some big ones. So I covered some of these in the last video and a lot of the stuff in that folder there. But the new discoveries of keen interest are this Google Drive CMS. I mean, that is really interesting. Then we've got Flamelink CMS, so that's a Firebase CMS. StackBit, which is more of, I guess, a Jamstack type of interface, but I put it in here because it seemed like it was really versatile and well supported. We got Liftoff, the Airtable CMS, which is just the coolest thing. Squidaxon, open source headless CMS, CMS with an API. Cockpit, Abe CMS, Static installer, Cloud CMS for Jekyll, CMS Pulse, Static Site CMS Pulse. So I know for sure. It seemed like, well, I'm not for sure about NetFly, but Gridea and Publi definitely seemed like agency level static site management. Publi in particular looked really interesting to me, and so that's going to be something I'm going to be looking into. I really don't even have any kind of recommendation to make here because all of this is just really, there's a lot of, unlike the other ones where we were kind of in the last videos, I was really looking for a direction, and really the direction we landed on was, okay, this static CMS keyword is what we need to be looking at. And now that we're here, now it's kind of a big question mark because I did like the sound of some of these simpler ones for just being able to easily create content. I saw some of that up here though, but yeah, at the same time, we need something that is large-scale content distribution. So if I could make any, highlights, obviously we didn't cover some of these in this video, but I know that these are the 3 most popular in terms of a lot of stars on GitHub. We did run into this referenced again and again and again in different places. That NetFly is clearly trying to be the king of static hosting everything. And then we ran into some of these other ones a little bit, but it's mostly NetFly. And the big dog on the block besides NetFly seems to be StackBit, possibly. Just really high quality front end, and it looked like the back end looked really high quality. The rest of it is just a kind of a question mark. Let's look at Squidax again. Focus on your core business. Squidax is able to manage content in a central place and to use your tech stack for apps, websites, and services. This was the one that kind of reminded me of Parabola, where you could just use the API to push content to places. That's just the coolest thing ever. So, but you would still have to have a way of actually setting up and, environments. And so that's something that definitely want to look into. Cockpit. I don't remember this. Why did I leave this open? That's odd. Looks like you have to host some of these on your own server, but then I guess they manage static assets. Let me close that. We got that Liftoff. Shoot. I mean, that's pretty much it. I should probably end it here with the recommendation that you guys check out Netfly CMS, Gridia, Publi, and then I'm going to check out Google Drive CMS. I'm not sure if it's high quality or not, or how well it works. So stick a pin in that. And also check out StackBit. StackBit is looked really fancy. I'm really looking forward to checking that out. Squidaxon has a really nice interface, and it looks a lot like Parabola to me. So it's like API type of content push, and you can create connectors between different things. So I think that's a really cool thing too. And the rest, I don't know. The rest is kind of a question mark. I should move this one up here. Oh, Liftoff is getting pushed down. The rest of these are question marks. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be doing some more research, and make sure to check below this video on the blog post. And at the bottom of that page, I'm going to keep adding new discoveries on this topic. And hopefully I'll be able to say, this is my recommendation. I made this work. It's super cost effective, and I can manage everything from one place, and it's perfect. And that's the goal. I will catch you later. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.